Hey guys, it's AQW right here, and today I've got a brand new video, and yeah, I'm just basically going to be teaching you how to use the Blaze Binder class in Adventure Quest Worlds. So, first of all, I wanted to let you know guys that definitely go full wizard. The enhancements, of course, that's what I'm referring to. Full wizard is definitely the best for this class. It really does benefit the skills the most, and definitely gives you more of an edge in battle, but I'll get to that in a second. So, yeah, let's get to the stats. So, as you can see, you're getting 60 attack power. That's not much, but you know, you don't really need much attack power for a spell-based class. As you can see, spell power 842. That's really going to come in handy. I'm actually using a completely stable weapon for this class also, guys, as you can see. I feel this benefits the class the most. I will also explain that in a second. Okay then, so these are the stats here. Strength 30, considerably low. Of course, that is, you know, because we're using full wizard. Intellect 164 plus 202, endurance 100 plus 41, and so on and so forth. You can read those if you want to, guys, but yeah, they're fairly balanced aside from strength. So hit, haste, critical, evasion. Hit is 97%, haste is 20%, critical is 27%, evasion is 16%. Alright, so let me read out the description real quick. So the Blaze Binder controls the power of fire and darkness. They are known to burn their enemies to a crisp and bind their souls into service. So yeah, that sounds pretty cool, I guess. Mana regeneration tips. So you definitely need to take this into account, guys. And this is what I mean by using a stable weapon. So Blaze Binders gain a mana from all hits landed in combat. So that's pretty good already. But they also regen more mana from crits. So yeah, the second and third skill. Actually, they usually only crit when you use a stable weapon. Like, I've only really had crits with these two skills. So, yeah, that's why you want to use a stable weapon. But, when you're using a unstable weapon, you don't tend to get as many crits. In fact, before I even hit a 2. So, it's not really benefiting your mana regen as much as a stable weapon would. So, yeah, you definitely want to be rocking a stable weapon if you are using this class. Alright then, guys, so the first skill, this is Combustion Blaze. So Combustion Blaze costs 10 mana and has a 4-second cooldown. So yeah, that's pretty good actually. For what it does as well, it attacks 3 enemies and it applies a damage over time for 4 seconds. And I believe the damage over time only really goes to about 96 with these weapons. And of course this is full wizard. Hold up, let me see. Yep, 97. So yeah, it applies damage over time for 4 seconds to all enemies and hits all enemies at the same time. So yep, as you can see, I only really hit crits there, and it was going about 408 to 420. Sometimes, you know, with, you know, you can. I think this is static. These weapons are static, but if you're using a slightly more you know, like a stable weapon like this, you can hit between about 400 and 500. It really depends on what you're using, but yeah, static weapons like this, you're definitely going to be hitting crits all the time, which does benefit your mana regen, as I said before. So yeah, that first skill, it's very useful, especially in farming. Overall, this class is very good for farming. I will get to that at the end. So the third skill, or the second skill, technically, is Choking Shadow Smoke. So this skill costs 25 mana and has an 8-second cooldown. So it's quite a lot of mana, guys. You wanna keep this. You really want to try and preserve your mana with this class, because this fourth skill is very useful, and the fifth skill also, especially in farming, not as useful in solos. But yeah, preserving your mana is definitely something you want to take into consideration with this class. So 25 mana, 8-second cooldown. So you can use this quite a lot, but just within consideration, you know. But yeah, this skill. So this skill, your smoke is infused with the power of darkness and causes your opponents to have a reduced chance of hitting you, and occasionally stuns them for 2 seconds. Very good for PvP, of course. Inhaling the smoke also causes a large damage over time lasting for 8 seconds. So usually, guys, this is the first skill I will use when I go into battles. So yeah, basically what it does is it applies a damage over time like the first skill, but for double the amount of time, over double the cost of mana. But it also applies a stun for 2 seconds and reduces their chance of hitting you. So this skill is extremely good, guys. Extremely good. This is the skill you want to utilize the most, but you also want to take into, you know, like I said before, consideration that the mana cost is quite a lot and the cooldown is decently fast. So you know, you don't want to be button mashing with this class, not at all. You want to really think it out. But yeah, let's use this real quick. So as you can see, it's stunned 2 of them there, attacks all 3 of the enemies, and yeah, it doesn't crit all the time like the first skill, but the damage over time is a lot higher at 271 as opposed to 97. So we might actually be able to finish this one off real quick. Not sure, might we? Yeah, I think we might. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, that skill's definitely very useful. The stuns come into effect quite a lot, and obviously the reduced chance to hit is also very effective. So that's one of your main skills for this class, guys. Okay then, guys, so the 4th or 3rd skill is Fire in Your Skin. So this skill costs 30 mana, so that's 5 more mana than the previous skill, and it's actually got double the amount of cooltime than the previous skill, which is a 16-second cooldown. So yeah, just like the other skills, this skill is magical. So it is ranged. In fact, no, it's not. It's not ranged because it applies an effect to your own characters. So anyways, let me get into this real quick. So you are so ablaze with flame that it hurts your opponent if they touch you. You also use your darkness powers to restore your life from the ashes around you, causing a heal over time for 6 seconds. So yeah, there are a lot of time-based you know, effects that this class applies to your character and the enemy. So yeah, not really much to this skill. It's actually one of the most important skills, but you know, it doesn't seem like much, but it is the far most important skill actually. You'll see when I'm using all the skills together. You'll see its true potential. But yeah, basically healing skills definitely very important, but it does cost a lot of mana. So yeah, I guess it kind of applies DOT to the enemy. Whenever they hit you, they lose health, and you basically regain health as well over the course of the battle for 6 seconds. So let me show you real quick what this can do. So we'll attack this guy, we'll apply it, and as you can see, I've just regened 261 health, and this is obviously just the auto attack, and I believe it's about to fade. Yep, there we go. So that was like 16 seconds. I'm pretty impressed with that, but yeah, it's gonna keep you alive basically. This is the skill that will keep you alive. As you can see, I've barely dropped health at all. In fact, I don't believe I have dropped health. You know, I haven't really tried this class against harder hitting opponents, but I'm guessing it will still, you know, sustain a decent amount of life, especially in a party. So yeah, that skill is definitely one of the most important at a high cost of mana, but you definitely want to be using it regularly, and that is why you want to be preserving mana, and of course using this first skill a lot more as opposed to this one to get those crits in and regain your mana as fast as possible, so you can keep using this skill and stay alive during farming. Okay then, guys, so the 4th or 5th and final skill is Darkfire. Darkfire is an incredibly powerful skill, really good for farming. It basically hits all 3 enemies, and you're guaranteed over 1,000. That's at my level anyways with full wizard, but you're guaranteed over 1,000 on each enemy. So at a cost of 25 mana, 12-second cooldown. Yeah, that's basically what it is. It's also ranged as well, so you don't need to be stood right next to the opponent like this. You can be right over here if you so wish. But yeah. So you unleash a devastating burst of dark fire upon 3 opponents. They all take heavy damage and continue to burn from a reasonable damage over time for 8 seconds. So there, you see again, guys, more damage over time. This class is insane for farming. All these skills have, you know, heal over time, damage over time, which is incredible. The fire will also apply either damage over time intensifier or a damage debuff to your enemy. So it basically makes either the damage over time more strong, or it makes the enemy weaker, which is also very good for PvP. You know, this class will be very good for PvP, especially 1v1s and possibly even Blood Rock Brawls. I'll have to do 2 videos on that. But yeah, let's give this skill a go, and you'll see right off the bat 1k. So with these weapons, which are these extremely stable weapons, you are hitting 1,628, I believe, 1,686. So yeah, that's on each enemy as well, and you are also hitting damage over time as well as that. Like I said, you can't really rely on this one skill. You have to use them all together. But that is really the highest, you know, damage output skill there is to this class. Haven't managed to hit a crit with it yet. Not sure if you can. Maybe it's just a really low percentage, but it's definitely the most powerful skill out of all of them, especially with wizards. So yeah. Alright guys, so what we're going to do is we're going to test all of these skills together. So yeah, my recommended skill pattern, I go 3, 2, 4, 5. I feel this is most effective because you can get the stun off the break, especially in PvP. Get the stun off the bat straight away, apply more damage over time, then you can get your heal in just after the stun wears off, and then you can really start abusing the dark fire, which applies a lot of damage to all targets. So let's give it a go real quick. So we've got that, we've got this, heal over time, and then boom, there you go. And yeah, just try and preserve mana. And as you can see, my mana actually didn't go down there, guys. I'm still on 100. So yeah, as you can see, this class, insane for farming. Absolutely insane. Absolutely love it. You can really pull off some good tricks with this class. Just really depends on how you use it, but definitely that skill combo right there. 3, 2, 4, 5. That's what I would recommend. But yeah, you can just see like the damage over time. It's just insane on this class. And even though you're not hitting much damage with the, you know, the first and second skill, you're still going to be hitting a lot, you know, with DOT. And you're still regaining a lot of mana with the first skill, as it does crit a lot. And even without, you know, critting, you are still regaining mana with every shot. Just going to go over the passives real quick, guys. And I'm going to explain to you why I wouldn't recommend this class for boss fights. Okay then, so the first passive is Sear Flesh. And this applies 20% damage to DOTs. So this is a rank 4 passive ability, of course, as per usual. And this basically means that you get 20% more damage applied to your damage over time. So yeah, that's very helpful, especially when this class is very DOT based. With most of the skills, actually, there's DOT, you know, aside from this 4th one here. But these 3, yep, you're getting DOT. Sear Bone, passive ability, 10% outgoing damage, sorry. So yeah, that just basically adds 10% more damage to your shots. So yeah, this class overall absolutely brilliant for farming and for PvP. Now let me get into why I don't like the you know, this class for boss fights. Alright then guys, so here we are at Blood Titan. So let me show you real quick. As you can see, well, as you've heard, this class, although you can, you know, maintain a good life, you know, you can sustain a lot of life, it doesn't have a very high damage output. And you know, it does attack 3 opponents each skill, aside from the 4th one, obviously. And yeah, it's just it doesn't give out much damage at all. It's not a solo class, really, at all. As you can see, I'm just dying. It's basically it. You know, I'm trying my best to stay alive. Kind of not approaching it the best way, but you know, this class just is not built for soloing. I do not think, guys. It's more so a farming or a you know, a PvP Blood Red Brawl kind of class. But yeah, as you can see, it's not taking much out of the guy. It's not really giving much back to you. As you can see, my mana is really going. I'm about to die as well. Probably just gonna die right now. But yeah, my mana is just going down insanely fast, and there you go, I'm dead. So I don't know whether it's my enhancements, but I really do think that full wizard is definitely the best way to approach this class. I just don't believe this class is suitable for boss fights. So yeah, that's why. Obviously with these skills, with the damage over time, the attack-free opponents, it's just not built for that, you know, that particular area, so to say. Alright then, guys, so overall, I think this class is good. Okay, so if you're into farming, if you're into you know, leveling up and all them shenanigans, then you definitely want to grab this class, because it can do some pretty high damage, and you know, it's not bad. You can really maintain your health quite easily, and obviously damage over time is insane with this class, and yeah, definitely good for, you know, party farming and just everything else. Haven't used it in PvP yet, but I can tell it's going to be insane for PvP. Definitely going to be a really good contestant for, you know, the likes of Legion, Doomlight, possibly Artifact Hunter, I'm not sure, but that stun is definitely going to come into great use with this class. So yeah, really happy with this class, guys. All the guys on the team did a great job. You know, Zereldo, Sync, shout out to those guys. They did a great job, and yeah, I'm gonna have a lot of fun with this class. I've already had quite a lot of fun doing this class guide for you guys, getting to know the class. It's been a good time. So yeah, I'd say if you want to get this class, I wouldn't pay ACs, but I would farm for it, as it is going to be good for getting those easy farming sessions down and done. Alright then, guys, so if you enjoyed this video and I did help out, remember to smash that like button. If you are new to the channel and you haven't subscribed yet, remember to hit that subscribe button, guys. I'm going to be posting PvP videos, Blood Red Brawls regarding this class, and yeah, subscribe for like live streams, walkthroughs, etc, etc. And I'll see you guys soon. Thanks for watching this video, and bye bye.